Hello, everybody. It's just in case of Americans talking. Joining our friend and media personality, Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of Meatball Perspectives and Proverbs. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to Americans Talking.
Hey, what's up?
Earthquake in New Connecticut.
Earthquake in Connecticut.
Yeah. All right, Jerry.
Yeah,
You wanted to talk about appreciation. And I don't think we can be too appreciative.
appreciative, appreciating the little things in life. To me, it's a. I mean, when I had my operation here, and granted, this was a 5 minute prep. So be patient, people. I mean, this should really hit hard. When I had my business many moons ago, I had the same employees basically for 8 years. I lost one, I think, because she just couldn't do things. She just couldn't get it right. She couldn't figure it out. Their whole motive for staying wasn't just the job. It's the fact that I simply appreciated what they did and I noted that every day to them. Were they the best at what they did? No. But what they did was they gave it their all no matter what they did.
Right.
Past couple of days, I've been struggling with this appreciation factor in our lives, and as I was going through it, I was thinking to myself, what kind of emotions are involved with it? You know, you get all the. This is like the five food groups here. You get the anger, the resentment, the sadness, the moodiness. You get all of them wrapped up in one little happy fuzzball. The problem is appreciation is a powerful feeling. If you're not feeling appreciated at what you do, you keep taking mental snapshots of the people involved, the situation involved, and all the scenarios involved with it. And guess what your brain does? It starts looping these into past experiences. Therefore, the infinity thing just keeps on going along. If you keep staying in that feeling, you keep surrounding yourself with not being appreciated by whatever people, circumstances, job, it's just going to grow like a cancer, man, an emotional cancer. I just did a show on Rockefeller the other night. How he lived the first 53 years of his life in this competitive mindset and got to acquire everything, Standard Oil, fill the competition. And basically, he was diagnosed with a year to live after that. It really collapsed his body on a physical plane. For the next, after the year he was supposed to die, he lived another 44 years. But guess what he did? He started appreciating life. He created foundations and research and gave all his money to all these causes in life. It made him feel better, and he appreciated just being here to distribute that wealth, which is still his legacy today. What I can tell you from what I felt the past couple 3 days is that the more you stay in this feeling of madness and anger and sadness, and all you keep redoing is taking mental snapshots. You're reinforcing, hence remembering what happened that caused it in the first place. And that's just going to grow in your life in other areas because it just follows the trend, in essence, the energy that you're carrying. What say you?
Wow. That's a lot. First, you and I both know that we have to appreciate ourselves before anybody's going
Great,
to appreciate us. So
great point.
you do appreciate yourself. And I just think the walls are closing in a little bit. I know you're not of the gold star generation, but that almost sounds like a gold star person wanting a gold star or participation trophies. There are no participation trophies in life.
Hmm. Growing up with my kids, you bring up a great point. Growing up with my kids, I had to sit there for hours listening to Barney, and his whole thing was "please" and "thank you" are the magic words.
Yeah.
I mean, simple, really, really simple. I think people go the extra mile when they feel appreciated, because sadly, people have taken life for granted now. I remember moving into a new home, 30 years ago. I think with my mom or something like that before I had moved out, and the people brought over gifts. I mean, simple appreciation of the new neighbor. We've kind of lost that in this, information age of the simple, basic rudiments of feeling grateful and thankful that things are happening in your life. It's a powerful emotion. This is what people got to realize. If it can change Rockefeller's life and bring his health back just by feeling better, but you're not feeling appreciated about yourself and most importantly the people around you, I mean, you can't help but to grow that in your life in a negative way. What I've battled the past several days in my end, I really took notes on it, emotional notes, and realized how it made me feel. I mean, you talk about the bottom pit of feeling in life, but if some people live that way for days, months, years, decades in relationships or wherever they are in life, um, detrimental to your health, inevitable. I mean, you
Yes.
are going to literally destroy yourself until you get into that state. But you bring up a great point as well. You have to appreciate yourself. Indeed, I do 1,000%. But the simple two words of thank you, the simple words of this is awesome, thank you very much. People forget that it takes time to help somebody else, or it takes time to give this or to do that. That simple appreciation will enhance the other person who's giving tenfold by a simple acknowledgement of just saying thank you.
You know, please and thank you are part of my DNA. It's probably brought up and hit on the side of the head if I didn't say that. So now I say it lots of times, and if I stop to think about it, I'm not pleased. I'm not thankful, but I don't begrudge myself saying it because you're right. It can help empower the person that's hearing it, even if that
Yes.
we don't believe it. We.
Yes.
So that's a simple
Yeah.
white lie that I'm willing to live with.
Well, you're right. I mean, the simple two words can really enhance somebody else's life. I mean, back in the 1800s, they used to write dictated notes how thankful they were for somebody just moving a couch. I mean,
Oh yeah.
seriously, the simple mannerisms. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but I tell you right now, I feel 1,000 times better being old fashioned with those the basic rudiments of feeling grateful and thankful every day for anything anybody does for me. It
Right.
doesn't matter how small, how little. You and I, we do it all the time. Thanks, man. You're awesome. Thank you for your time. Time is of the essence in our lives because so many things are happening. The old days, yeah, perhaps they had more time. I don't think so. It's just the construct of the human mind was more appreciative back then. Or maybe because the means were meager. I don't know. But people respected everybody else's time. They respected everybody else's views and enjoyed the presence of each other. Now I think a lot of people just take it for granted. Oh, you have to do this because you're blood, or you have to do this because you're an employer. You get past that. I mean, how can you build respect when you're not given respect?
Well, respect is a whole different animal, but appreciation. We have to be appreciative of the moment. I've gotten holiday invites this year, and I gushingly regret that I'm not going to be able to attend, and remind them I'm so grateful you thought of inviting us.
Mm.
And
I
that
just got caught here.
you just got what?
My No, my company sent me a party invitation. I forgot to send it back. I couldn't come. So there I am. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm busy. And that's a great point because sometimes people are too busy. I mean, I love admitting a fault like that because it's like I'm not perfect and we're all not perfect. But you and I are just here to help people acknowledge certain things in life that, yeah, we're all the same. But if you want to feel better, and emotionally, which is the most important thing in life, honestly. To me, feeling better emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, all those areas, it all starts with inner thought about yourself. It all starts about how you feel about yourself. Yeah, I do a lot for people, especially my kids and my blood. I go out of my way as much as I can. But if I'm not feeling good about a situation, inevitably it's not going to turn out right in life. By feeling good about what you are, what you're doing, and how you're doing it is the ultimate anchor to a positive life.
Well, I agree. And let's just go back to these invitations we're all going to be getting in these next few days. You don't have to give an excuse why you can't
Mm,
attend. You don't have to be sick. Just tell them, I so wish I could be there, but I'm sorry I must decline. Thank you for thinking of us. Even if it's that
Yeah,
crazy
I,
nephew or crazy uncle, still be gracious.
yeah, that's a great point. Interrupted. I like that. Yeah, to me, I mean, maybe it's me. I'm not being some sycophant over here, but I'm always saying thank you. I mean, maybe it's just me as a person in my studies of philosophy and all the readings out there about that. To me, giving thanks to, you don't just give thanks to yourself and being thankful. You got to share that love. You got to share that thankfulness. You got to share that prosperity mindset as much as you can. And I'm always saying thank you for the simplest things. Please and thank you indeed are the magic words, because it just makes the people receiving it so much better. It's like, wait, that's awesome. They're thinking of me that way in a grateful manner. Those simple kinds of notes and denotes to people, and likewise, will really help a lot of people. It'll really boost their spirits.
Right, and it's a fading art. You're right. Our
Oh,
parents sent thank you cards, thank you letters about being invited over to whatever to play cards, or that thank you note was in the mail. There were
yeah,
boxes of them. When my mom passed, she had boxes of thank you cards, and that's a
it,
class act. That's a class act.
indeed. I mean, it's a small point that people really don't think about, but with powerful emotions involved. I mean,
Yes.
like I mentioned in the beginning, think about when you don't feel appreciated. Those kind of feelings, it really drags you down because you're trying, you're doing all these things in life, but the other side just doesn't really care, or they don't see it, advertently or inadvertently don't see it. It really makes you feel, not that you're looking for, acknowledgement. You're not. I'm not on my end. I don't need it. But just a simple thank you. It's like, wow, that's awesome. Thanks for doing that for me in this case, and following through. Yes, indeed, we've lost the basic concept of just saying thank you. It may sound boring to people, but it's a powerful emotion because it just anchors your ability to create even more possibilities. It gives you confidence, saying, wow, they noticed me. This is great. Simple psychology 101. Simple acknowledgement of something that was given to you or done for you, and then can be created by you.
Well, absolutely. It's like the sincere waitress or the sincere fast food employee. Every once in a while, you're just struck by their graciousness and their sincerity, and you take a note. That's what you need a snapshot of.
And you look in their tip jar too.
Right,
I
well,
bet you it's
yeah.
full. I bet you it's full. I am the recipient of that when I was younger, being a bartender, and I can tell you right now, it pays dividends.
Right.
Not sucking up to people, and I'm being frank here. I apologize, but just being your natural self. Life's
Yes.
going to reward you. Really, it's just, you being your authentic, and that's a whole other topic in this animal authenticity of oneself. You create that kind of person who's thankful and grateful and respectful to other people's feelings. I mean, you're gonna attract all kinds of amazing scenarios like that. Emotionally, financially, if you're in the service industry. I mean, imagine. I mean, you and I know this. I don't eat out a lot, but when I do, I mean, if I can tell if you're having a good night or a bad night with that person, and you want to be there, you want to be patient, but authentic people just go in and they're natural no matter what's going on in their life. You get to that point, I mean, you start attracting the most amazing things.
Right. Absolutely. And I was brought up to believe, and I still believe it to this day, that I am not better than anybody. So I'm always
Ooh,
talking to segments of society. I'll engage in a conversation with a homeless person if that homeless person wants to engage in a conversation, because I'm not better than that person.
we're all divine. I
Yeah.
wish people would realize that. We're all divine. Just the only difference is our thinking makes us so. We're spiritual beings having a human experience right now. And if people treated others the same way as divine individuals, and that we're all the same, we've just got different issues that we're dealing with, we'll all kind of give a lot more respect to each other in that sense. Yeah, granted, it's the holiday season, everybody's in this great mood. but the other 11 months out of the year, you can practice this for yourself. And believe me, it'll make you feel better. Because, I mean, I spent the last couple of days marinating in these thoughts and these feelings. It really don't make you feel good.
No.
But I have a propensity to solve the problem. I
Well,
want to find out why this is happening. And when you start analyzing, this is what people are afraid to do. They go deep in that. It's just me, and I love doing this to share it because if it'll help another, I mean, I've succeeded. That's all. That's all it really matters to me is sharing my experiences, just like you do, to help another. And that, in other words, we're appreciating life by sharing it. We're sharing our wisdom, our knowledge, in essence. But when you're dealing with appreciation on the emotional level, it's powerful. People take it for granted. They forget all about it. But when you don't feel as you're appreciated for the littlest things in life, it really affects you on an emotional level. Not unless you've got a heart of stone and you don't really. But,
well, I don't,
but we'll leave that to CEOs out there. Otherwise everybody else is basically the same.
well, I I don't believe I have a heart of stone, but some people may. But I would tell you, which was a classic saying, toughen up, Buttercup. It's
Yeah.
all relative, and and we talk about the holiday season, everybody being in a good mood. There's a major part of society that's in a very dark place, and it's more
Ooh.
important that we recognize them this time of year.
Yeah. Dark places could be a lot of variables going on.
Yeah.
But what you put in is what comes out. What you're allowing in is what eventually is going to come out. So if you're inundating yourself with bad, you're going to only send out bad. It's really that simple. I perceived these last couple of days of letting it all flow. I wanted to see what was going on, and from a physical plane, it just hurt so bad. I let it bubble up, which is great because it helped me understand it better. And the only way to understand yourself is to let things run its course and realize what's going on. It may sound complicated, but it's not. It's a great analysis of your own self. And when you understand self is when you can change that self and move forward with your own life. When you're being your authentic self, I mean, you're pushing the narrative every day. You're being your best. But to appreciate the full embodiment of who you are, I take a lot of work.
Well, absolutely, but not being reactive to the moment is very important to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. A
You
lot of
know,
work for a lot of work for Moi.
yeah, well, me too, but I've gotten better at it. And letting it flow, that's the secret. Let's not be reactive. Let's absorb what's going on. Let's see where I am in this process and try and work on getting past it, whatever it is.
Mm. How
You
you
know,
react is what you attract. I mean,
right.
absolutely.
If your
You know what I mean?
partner left you and took the dog and you want the dog back, then, let it, don't be reactive.
Don't take my dog, man. That's God spelled backwards. Dogs are everything to me. But yeah, you're right. How you react is definitely what you attract. I mean, that's a great point because if people can work on how they react to situations. I mean, to me, you're right, and I've changed a lot on that narrative as well. I'm passionate, but I'm not psychotic, and when it comes to stuff like that. But I also understand that how I react to something is, yeah, you take a step back, you really think about it, but thinking is hard for a
Well,
lot of people. I forgot who said that quote. That's why a few people do it. You know what I mean? To really start analyzing your own thoughts. I mean, that takes a lot of work because the media doesn't want us to be, interacting with ourselves. They're like, look at us. We got a
yeah,
shiny object over here.
we have
We're
all the
inundated
answers.
with that all day long.
We have,
God forbid we think for ourselves. But
we
yeah,
have, we have,
focusing on it and dealing with it. Oh yeah.
we have all the answers. And you can mature. Realize that in high school, one of my nicknames was Godzilla. And I don't think that was for my warm, bubbly personality.
Mine was head because I had a big head. Maybe there was a lot of brain in there. I don't know because I was so small, but I had a big head. I'm still the same size with a big head, so that's why everybody calls me a head.
Well,
But no, to me, it's a compliment.
well, it is because you do use your brain, and some don't,
Yeah.
or some use
Well,
very
like I
little of
said,
it.
well, hopefully it just helps people understand to, just. appreciate life more because it's going to make you feel better. And the better you feel, the better you attract. And if you don't feel appreciated, realize where it is, how it's coming from, and just try to work on making it better the best way you can. Don't do any radical things. I'm not, for disclosure here, I'm not trying to tell people to start leaving each other. But the point being is, do it like you and I did. Talk it out.
Right.
We discuss it, communicate. We've lost that ability to communicate now. I've been guilty of it with several of my emotions as far as getting them out. But we've been conditioned to do that. We always had eye contact when we were growing up. You and I at our age group. That's kind of gone by the wayside, sadly.
Right. There's nothing personal in a text. And you
You
don't
know,
even know you're talking to the person you think you are. So,
I, I know. We got to get you on here on the split screen. And we talked about that. You're like, no, no, no.
no, 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 no.
he,
Okay.
the guy is hiding. He's hiding. Come out of your rock.
My hole.
I know.
All right.
Thanks, man.
All right, buddy. Hey, have a better week.
Absolutely.
And I think this is all important. These are important issues, and even if we think we've got a handle on it, we can be a lot better at it.
Absolutely. It's a matter of diligence and understanding why you feel the way you feel, and just keep working at that every day.
Right.
And believe me, these small topics have powerful results once you grasp it.
Well, and once you start talking about it, our audience can have this conversation with their friends, with their children, and they'll be in a better place when that conversation's over.
This was definitely dinner table combo growing up, and I bet you on your end too. Simple little matters like this that really created a lot of change that sadly most of us have forgotten about now because the interaction is more of technological instead of personal.
Well, I agree with you, Jerry. And occasionally you had to duck from the right hand coming at your head, which you deserved.
I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, I do too.
I had a lot of tomatoes thrown at me, a lot of meatballs, man.
Ah, that's what I miss. Hey, your mom's got to get better. We need some meatballs.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. This has been Just in Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Perspectives. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links are provided in this video's Read More. Today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.